Hi, I'm Clint Peck for Beef Magazine. We're here today at CattleCon 2026 in Nashville, Tennessee. Lots going on in the trade show and around the convention here today, and we'll wrap up in a couple days. But today we really want to feature Dr. Mark Alley. Dr. Alley is a managing veterinarian for Zoetis, and he's here to talk to us about Dectomax and the use of Dectomax in beef cattle. And then we want to talk about the new World Screwworm and how Dectomax fits into the prevention and treatment of new World Screwworm.
Yep. So Dectomax has been around for quite a while,
right?
And it's a dewormer primarily. We also do get some external parasite control. Zoetis was fortunate enough that we were able to get a conditional approval for Dectomax CA1 for the new World Screwworm as of late last year.
Okay, so why and how would I use Dectomax in preventing these parasites in my beef cattle herd, wherever I might be in the United States?
Yeah, so really we want to think through the process of what our parasiticide program is going to look like from an integrative approach, right? So not only are we looking at internal parasites, which is historically where we've kind of positioned Dectomax, but also we want to have things and think about from the external parasites, lice, flies, ticks. Now we have a new addition with the new World Screwworm that may change what our overall integrated parasite program may look like. And just to be honest, we still have time. We still have a lot to figure out as to what that's going to look like moving forward if it ever ends up in the U.S.
Well, so how as a producer, how do I protect myself, and how do I assess the risk for New World Screwworm in a cattle herd? Obviously, it's going to be geographically influenced,
right?
But within that geography, how do I assess my risk?
Yeah, so within that geography, of course, on the southern border there of Mexico, anything that we're doing from a management perspective that may create an open wound in the animal. So normal health protocols that we're doing from a vaccine standpoint, castrations, even open umbilicus for newborn calves. Also, there's a risk to the cow once that cow calves. We've got some open wounds, but it doesn't only have to be that. It could also get into the mucous membranes of these animals. So what we really want to do is just to be very critically aware and very observant of what's going on with our animals as much as we can. Understanding, again, that southern border, those are very extensive pieces of property, so they may not be seen quite as much as they would in other parts of the country. But at least to this point, that's our best option.
So, and especially in those areas, the local veterinarians are on high alert for New World Screwworm.
Yes.
And obviously that's a place for producers to go first when they're assessing their risk and then want to know how are we going to treat for this if it does happen to occur.
And right now, again, it's the front news. It's everybody is very, very concerned about it. But really, we really want to consider an overall parasite control program. Internals and externals, we just have an additional external with the new World Screwworm that we're going to have to take into consideration. And it's probably going to change some of the practices that we've historically done, but your veterinarian is probably best suited to help you work through that. They understand what your risks are, they understand what are your logistical challenges, and get them to help you figure out what is going to be best suited for your particular operation.
Okay, Dr. Alley, then if I'm have a little time on my hands and I want to research a little bit more about Dectomax, maybe even before I talk to my veterinarian, where do I go for the best information about
so
Dectomax?
You can do very easy search on Zoetis website, zoetis.com, put in Dectomax or put in Dectomax CA1, and the Dectomax CA1 is conditional approval for the Dectomax product, the injectable formulation, not for the topical. They can look at those. They can do a little bit of research there as to how best to use it, and then have that conversation with their veterinarian to best use any of the products that are in the Zoetis portfolio.
I think that's a great course of action. Get a little bit of education before you talk to your vet always helps. Yep. Okay. So anything else about Dectomax and New World Screwworm that we need to know about? And final comments.
Probably we're going to learn a lot A lot of us have not been around it, so we're going to learn a lot when it does get here, and just stay tuned because some of the recommendations are probably going to change as we move forward. So
right. And just stay on high alert for the possibility of that pest coming across the border and affecting our cattle industry.
Yep.
All right. Dr. Mark Alley with Zoetis, really appreciate your time being here and appreciate your work for the cattle industry.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. I'm Clint Peck for Beef Magazine. We're here at CattleCon 2026 in Nashville, Tennessee.